in that, or was there a certain element that you saw defensively that allowed the Lions to really strike you, especially in third downs?
Yeah, I think that was kind of the moral of the story. I feel like we were getting them in third downs, and they executed better than we executed. I think usually you know after a loss, even after a win, when things don't go well, you kind of have a pretty decent idea of kind of what went wrong, and amongst the conversations I've had with the guys, it's on defense at least. It just I don't know. We really don't. I know we're not going to win many games with giving up that many points, zero turnovers. But as far as the answer to it, um, I don't really have one.
When you say you didn't know, does that just come down to execution, or did you feel like it was something game plan wise Detroit was doing that confused you guys?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't really say there was confusion. They had a couple wrinkles that I think we didn't see. They had a double move for a touchdown on me, insert on that key fourth down pass that I gave up. But no, I think I really just think they just executed a little better than us tonight.
Do you think the lack of a pass rush put a strain on the guys in the back end?
No, I mean I think it's very challenging when you lose Justin Matabike, Kyle Van Noy. I think the guys stepped up well, but I think Detroit's got a really good O-line. And the four-man rush, I think it's hard to get there. I felt like if we could have covered just for a second longer, and a lot of times we would have been right there to sack Goff. So that's that's one of those things where the secondary's got to help the front to be able to get there in time, and the front we expect them to help us to have those bad passes to help us in the back end. So it kind of was the victim of just rushing coverage, not working together. But I feel like it was very close tonight, but close isn't good enough.
Marlon, what do you think it would take to find some consistency on defense?
Honestly, I think turnovers. I just don't. That's kind of what we preached all offseason. That's what we preach really every week, every day. So it's pretty simple. I think you're just not going to win many games if you lose a turnover battle. I think obviously that turnover that they had was just key for them. So we got to chase turnovers, and that just comes from playing disciplined football and kind of making the other team just kind of break, honestly, and we weren't able to do that tonight.
Marlon, to that, you guys did talk a lot about turnovers this all season, and it looked like during camp that was a big part of what the defense was doing. Just how frustrating is it that hasn't really translated to the regular season, at least not yet?
It's something you guys keep working at. I think it's something you just really got to keep working at. But I think that the key to it is frustrating the offense, and we haven't. Like I said, we got him in a lot of third downs. I felt like we got him in positions we wanted to get him in. We got him in fourth down, and we just weren't able to really throw the offense off. I feel like they kind of did whatever they wanted to do kind of all night, and we knew they were going to go for it on fourth down, and but they just simply executed better than us, and we never got them off schedule, and it's really hard if our offense never gets off schedule.
Marlon, where do you think this defense is at right now? 3 weeks in, a short week, getting ready to go to Kansas City. Just where are you guys?
What do you mean?
Like, how would you assess where this defense is at 3 weeks in?
I'm not going to give my honest I'm going to try to. We're not. I mean, we're just not very good. I think biggest thing on playing on the Ravens defense is the organization, the fans. They've seen greatness. So being bad, being good, really, it's just not the standard. I think when Ray Lewis and Ed and just the great defenses that have just come through here, that's really all they've seen is just great. And I feel like anything other than that is below the standard. So right now, I do know we got guys that want to compete, that want to get the job done. I feel like we are close, but we gotta just all come together. We gotta just finish those third downs. I feel like that was just the biggest key for tonight, and we just can't expect our offense. I know we got Lamar Jackson, but we just can't expect them to score 28 points every game. 30, like it's putting unfair expectations, I think, on the offense. So we got to do our part, and we got to get some stops, get some turnovers, and I think that's the key. But I know we got a short week, so I think if there's a week we can turn things around, it could be this week against a really good team, KC.